So what is private equity real estate? So private equity real estate is really a professionally managed fund that invests in real estate specifically, as opposed to investing in private companies like normal private equity companies or firms. It focuses on acquiring real estate rather than acquiring companies. It's really an alternative investment class specifically geared towards real estate. So rather than investing in stocks and bonds or even REITs, you could invest in a private equity real estate fund if you want to focus on real estate. So it's like direct real estate investing, except you don't have to worry about any of the management if you've got rental properties. You don't have to worry about any of the project if you're doing a fix and flip, so you don't have to worry about any of the risk there. So it's a very low risk way of getting into real estate. And I say low risk because what's going to happen is you're going to go and you're going to research private equity firms that specialize in real estate, and you're going to find the ones that are performing, and they'll have a history. They'll have a long-term performance history associated with them, just like you do when you invest in mutual funds or if you have ever looked at investing in REITs. Okay, a private alternative, unlike REITs. So the reason I say it's private, REITs invest in public companies. So it's a real estate investment trust, but it invests in public funds, public companies, and it's a public fund normally, right? Whereas private equity, just by the nature of the name, it's a private company. You can't buy it on the stock market. You can usually only get it directly from the private equity real estate company or through your investment advisor. You could also buy it through crowdfunding site if they actually are using crowdfund to find investors. And when I say buy it, I mean invest in it, right? And these are much higher return than REITs. Private equity usually gives you, somewhere in the 7, 8, 9, 10% range, whereas REITs are normally in the 2, 3, 4, maybe 5% range. As I said, it's better than investing in single family homes and fix and flips if you're looking for a secure investment with low management and low risk, right? So what do private real estate equity do? They invest for the long term. And by the long term, I mean usually in the neighborhood of 5 to 10 years. So from that perspective, it's very illiquid, meaning if you want to get out of this investment, it's very hard. There's some of them which do have this off-market, place where you can go and find a way to sell your position or your partnership within the limited partnership. But it's very rare that you can get out of this. So it's really a locked-in investment. So you got to be very sure of what you're getting into. As I said, it's usually set up as a limited partnership with investors as limited partners and with the general partner responsible for the overall management of the fund, not the properties. There's generally a level of property management and ownership because usually the real estate that you're investing in is actually a company that the specific entity company that's been set up specifically to hold 1 or 2 properties, and that company is the company that manages the property itself and takes care of all the tenants, etc. And you as a investor do not have to worry about that, and usually the fund does not have to worry about that because all they are concerned about is managing the fund and making sure that the investment is performing properly by working directly with the people who are running the property. Okay, there are separate, different types of private equity real estate investments. They are described as core, core plus, and value add. Core are usually properties that are very stabilized. They are fully rented. They're usually newer properties, so they're performing quite well. The problem with core is, although it's low risk, it's also low return because they're asking a higher price for the property. Okay, core plus is a property that requires a little bit of work, maybe some carpets, maybe some painting, sort of like a small fix and flip kind of thing. They get a little bit better return, and of course they get a little bit better risk or a little bit more risk. The value add properties, they are a higher risk investment. The challenge with value add is they will put some money into it, usually $10,000 per unit, and what happens is they will fix up the unit and then re-rent it out at a much higher rent, and that's how they increase the value of the property, and your returns on those can be significantly higher. And just like REITs, private real estate investment funds specialize in different types of commercial real estate. So you have residential, private equity real estate funds that invest in multi-family units or garden homes. You have hospitality that focuses on hotels and motels, and you have industrial that focuses on, warehouses, etc. And then you also have office, which focuses on office buildings. Okay, so that's a little overview of what a private equity real estate fund does. Thank you.